Hello everyone, I'm Stepan, starting the stream. Hello YouTube, hello Twitch. We will continue on the game tonight. We will be working on the client side of the game. We are trying to add heroes to the game and how they behave on the battlefield. Our last two sessions we did similar thing. We were able to put heroes on the board. And today we will be working on actually trying to add them some unique abilities and see how they enhance the army. So we will continue on the browser game, Heroes of Crypto. Let's see if everything is up and running. Yeah, it's looking good. YouTube is up. Let me know if there are some problems with the video or audio. I have a chat right here. We also have a goal to get the first 10 followers on Twitch. So subscribe to the channel and follow it. So you will not miss the new streams. We are streaming at 8 p.m. Eastern on daily, and we are doing some weekend streams in the morning, like today and likely tomorrow same time. Yeah, let's dive deep into it. Try to start the game. Everything is written in TypeScript. And oh, looks like the build is failing. Let me copy over the common library. Okay, all good now. Yes. So last time we were digging into the game loading issues. We observed that in some conditions we load the main scene 3 times. We were able to fix it. And let me clean up some console log statements that we added last time for debugging. Don't need them anymore. Let's clean this up. And this one too. See if there are any other console log prints. Console log. Trying to position hero, it's not needed. The cell thing. Things should be all good now. On stage of Let's try to add heroes back to the board. We just commented it out, the code, and now let's bring them back. Hero type, hero gender. So we need to bring this back and this guy. Okay, now nature has 3 the same heroes. Instead of using just hero as a name, let's generate some names with ChatGPT. It can help us with this. Let's create a new chat for O. So at the moment we just use the hero as the creator name, but we can actually just generate some random male name when we create the hero. Hero type. There is a warrior range and warrior melee. Like each faction will have either melee or range warrior, like not both. Let's separate this out and say for that nature has just warrior range. Now we can create some predefined names. Let's call this structure faction hero 2 names. Faction hero gender 2 names, right? So the structure will be like an object where the faction is the key, and then we will have a hero type as the key. Hero type as the hero type. Or maybe we can just say it's a hero key string to array of strings. Let's generate, so we will have a faction type nature. What is hero key? Generate here a key. Nature, magician, and gender. Here is gender male. Male. Hey Hunter. Yeah, we'll be building a game today. Thanks for joining. So it is to string. Druid 1, Druid 2. Can't find name, generate here a key. Oh, okay. Let's move it out of the class. This generate here a key is just to generate here a key now. Here as well. What's the quickest way to learn with TypeScript before an interview? I'm not really strong in UI. I did everything pretty much with ChatGPT. For TypeScript, it depends on what kind of questions they ask on interview. The interview I've been on, they usually do lead code, so I would just do like lead code, the easy and medium in JavaScript or TypeScript, and that will do the trick. But in terms of React specifics, I'm not sure. I think there are some websites that allow you to basically learn project based, where you will create some small project, and that's how you can learn the best. Doesn't like it here. Oh, I see. It's never at yes. Let's see where the hero come from. Name hero, hero config. Where do we pass the hero config? So for hero config, yeah, good luck, Hunter, with interviews. They're usually tough. Like the market right now, it's pretty tough, at least here in US. Name string. Let's call it hero name. Actually, it's a string. And pass the hero name. And get hero config now requires the name. and let's say use to get random name. Get random hero name from this guy. Hero name. But it can be unknown hero. If there is no hero name, let's say it will be an error. Hero name not found. Let's pass the hero name here. Let's see if it works. Yeah, Druid 1, Druid 1, Druid 2. Okay. So it's working. Let's ask ChatGPT to generate some magician names for let's create a new chat. Actually, let's go back. Let's use the browser better. Okay, generate name for let's say generate 30 names for hero, males, nature. All of them belong to a faction called nature and they are magicians. The name may contain 2 words maximum. Maybe 50 names. Interesting that now all of them have 2 words. I said like may contain 2 words, but ChatGPT basically created them, all of them, like the name and surname. Now create names consist of just 1 word, which is an actual magician name for race nature. Let's use replace tool. Oh, no. Okay, I think this is good. Now we have like 100 names. Let's test it. Lawrence Bell, Grove, Elm, Briar, yeah. Now let's fix the issue with the image generation right here. We have a script called generate image imports, which is just a pre-built script that outputs the TypeScript. Let me show you images. So there is somewhere like this src generated image imports. Yeah, like this. Ideally, instead of having just image, const file name segments, so we split by this. If file name segments more than one, then we say const import name equals file name segments basically a slice from 0 to file name segments length -1, join, and then we console log it. Import name. Let's try to run it. Node scripts generate. cd game. cd core node. cdsrc node scripts. Where is the script is located? In core. Just core. Node scripts. Import name zombie troglodyte. Summon wolves. Done. What's in preload? We want to replace whatever is here in preload. Import name. I think for that we can just say that our import name import image I. Let's see. Image imports. Generate image imports. Const import name equals file substring -5, and then we will import it as like this. In here we will also use this name. Let's try that. Generate, okay. So now we have an issue with this damage, because it starts with the integer. In the preload, how do we do it? Damage. Oh, I see. We just replace it by the word itself. One white is one white. So if we say there are file name segments length, then we jump right here. Like this. Let's say segment name to import name. So we want to replace all this 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Segment to import name. Call this import name base. I think I just don't need it. First segment or first segment. Let's close this chat. File segments, and then we need to slice them from 1 to files name segments -1. There are some extra symbols here. Doesn't like it. So we have the first segment first. Import name is not defined. Here's the file. Okay, good. Let's slice to just the length. Oh, it's starting with P. So at the end we need to add substring 0. Let's call it import name base, and import name will be import name base. Import name base substring from 0 to import base name length -5. F is not defined. F split. File split. Import name base. So 0 damage, 0 white, 1 damage, just damage dot, white damage dot. Host class, hourglass dot. Should be -6. So for some reason it's taking VP. Tag VP. Tag VP. Oh, because it joins. Let's say it's const cut by equals 5, and if import base name and with dot, then cut by 6, and here's the cut by, like the simplest. Still the same. Import name. Yes, it's this one. Okay, now it's much better. Yeah, and we can reuse this in preload actually. This preload map. It's just the keys of this. Space. Hole. Let's see this preload map. Why is it a map? Load images. Images to load. T. Object key. So what is preload map? Preload map. So we're adding just the images themselves, but I'm not sure what will be the key and the value in this case. We want to just replace all this with the script we just generated. Preload map. Just a tag. One white. What if we just say right here, just import this images thing. From generated code. Heroes of Crypto client generated. Image imports. Game core src. game core is IRC generated. Okay, images. This preload map will be just our images. Let's give it a try. No images. Cannot read properties of undefined. Oh, but here we also need to use this name. Generate image imports. Export entries. Not the file substring though. The import name. The import name, I think. Yeah, if we use the import name, it will be correct. Yes. And we join it with a space. Okay, now it looks beautiful. Now all good. Start it. Undefined reading texture. How is this different? If I just uncomment it back, and we also log images. So what's the difference? Why it doesn't load? It looks exactly the same. See? Texture is back. Just called back. Back. Oh, I called it back. But now it's background dark. Textures back. Background dark. Are there any other issues? Textures that. No. Let's see if everything loads. Yeah. Okay, now in preload we don't need all this boilerplate. Let's just remove it. And now we just use the preload, the auto-generated thing. What's the hero? Nature. What was the nature mage? Nature mage. How do we find? Why there are two spaces? Okay, now we need somehow to get the random out of pre-generated textures. Nature mage 1. Let's go back to make hero. Nature mage 1 texture. So we need somehow map this small texture to the large one to show in the React. This one called left bar, left bar, unit bar, unit stats. No, I don't remember. Let's see it here. Left sidebar, index CSX. Unit stats item, I think it is. Yeah. So here how we pick the right image in React. We just use the race name for the race one. And for the unit name we just use the unit name. And then use 512. But for heroes it's different because we just generated random names. So we need to come up with some different logic. One way may be in unit properties. To keep the texture name. This is possible, right? Say unit properties. Where we create the unit properties, do we know already the Get hero config, get unit config. Let's call it get creature config. Yeah, technically we already know the texture here. Nothing stops us to pass the texture name. But this structure has no name association. It has just name, WebGL, texture. So I cannot cast it to the actual name. Texture. The texture is preload texture, which returns preload textures, which is WebGL rendering content is GL, and then load images, where load images is texture info, which has a texture width and height. Also has no name. Nothing has a name. Nothing has a name by far. Heroes names, yes. Let's move heroes names out. Oh, it uses this generate hero key. Okay, let's not move it for now. Because if I move it, it will be circular dependency. Let's move it after. Small textures by creation name. What if we store a pair of texture name as a string and the texture itself? Small textures by hero is the map where we set like this. This one we will not use, but here we say this and this. Array of those. Array of texture name to texture. Okay, let's go back then. So like this it works, right? But when we query the texture by hero, we return an array or undefined. So we return this pair or undefined. And get random texture with name if it doesn't have length. Oops, we removed the names. Yeah, let me roll this back. Okay, let's remove the names, move them back. So now we have this pair instead, and we have a texture inside of the pair, which is in this one. And we have texture name, which is 0, and we have texture, which is 1. And we can log the texture name here, right? But let's create a type. It will be cleaner code. Yeah, let's create a type for it. Create the type texture. Say it's named texture. This is the type of the named texture. And we have a bunch of named textures. So this call now returns either a named texture or nothing. Named textures. Okay, let's see. Where we make hero, we're logging the name. Yeah, name is here, all good. And now we want to pass it to hero config. Here it's easy, we can just say texture name, string. But we need to do the same for creation config though. Unit name, amount. Texture name string. And here how we pass it, that's the question. I think we don't even need this. Because this is gonna be just the texture. We just need to create something like unit to texture name, and it will be a string, unit name as a string, and we will just cast it. We will say return unit name to lowercase, replace spaces by underscore, which is true. And then we will add this .webp. No. We will add this. Let's not generate one more string. So it will be 1 to 8. Unit to texture name. Console log texture name, console log unit to texture name. Yeah, looking good. So I guess we don't need this code now at all. It will be just textures. these textures. Preloaded textures, promise type. What is textures? Console log, this object keys, these textures. Console log keys of textures. Let's just see what's there. So keys of textures is all good. Yeah, so that's gonna work. We just need to cast the type. Cast the type to what? Should we do as any? And that will obviously work, right? But that's not what we want. What's the type of these textures and what's the this textures constructor? It's an object, native code. Okay. It's a promise type, blah blah blah. Type of preloaded. Doesn't like it. Cast to a proper type. Let's see if ChatGPT is able to do so. Okay. Const texture name equals unit to texture name. And here we pass the texture name. Yeah, I think that should work, and then get here config also has texture name. Initialization failed. Thunderbird not found. Something is not right. Let's see the error signature one more time. Texture for creation not found. Fairy Dragon 128. How is it possible it's not there? How is it possible? Here we will use 512 though. Let's say we have enum texture type small, large. Here we need the texture type, which is a texture type. If texture type equals texture type large, then we return 512.1, and else we return 128.1, because we have large and small textures. .512 here, 128 here. When we call my creature, we say texture type small. And here we say small texture name. Texture name. What we pass here is unit to texture name. Name. Texture type large. Hey, Sarah, Sakarichan. So we're building a Web3 game, Heroes of Crypto, which is more like a Heroes of Might and Magic in browser. we're building a game which will have a session where you can jump in and in 45 minutes you can fight your opponents in the same way how you do it in Heroes of Might and Magic, but you will not be clearing the map, like a large map which takes a lot of hours to clean up. You will basically fight your opponents more frequently, and you will see what they're building, and you will try to combine an army that basically works better against them. Because there is what we don't like in Heroes of Might and Magic, that you fight the neutrals pretty much 99% of the time, and then you find your opponent and you just fight once. And here we're building a game where you will be actually fighting say like every few turns, and you will see what your opponent is building, and you can combine an army that works really well against them. So that's been an idea. And we have a token behind the game, and once we have basically like a player base, we can create something like ranking games, where when you play, you jump to the session, whoever wins gets the token for free. So that was the idea of the game. And we have a white paper, it's on the website. Let me show it with you. So here's the website, have a look. We are building just a browser version for now that doesn't really load up in mobile well. We just haven't started working on the mobile, but in theory it should be easy to support also mobile version, but for now we just haven't started on it yet. So when I click display beta, it's like a pure 2D. This is like the battlefield that we have by far. We have 4 races that are ready, but in the initial release there will be these 4 races, but the plan is to have 8 different races. We call them factions. We took Heroes of Might and Magic as the basement. Like if you know this game, they have similar units, but we changed a lot of things, and we also added unique abilities, magics, and other things. So this is more of like a sandbox where you can put any units and just start the fight. And this is more of like a test bed, not like an actual game. That's where we started. And now we are trying to add the actual heroes, which have magic and abilities that basically affect the whole army, either yours or the opponent ones. So that's what we're working on today. For some reason we are not able to load the texture. Tsar Cannon 128. Basically the first one that has the double wording inside. Tsar Cannon 128 not found. I don't know. Texture not found. Let's try to log object keys for the textures one more time. Fairy dragon not found. Oh, it's 256 for the large unit. Yeah, the thing is that for the large units we use 256 by 256 just because they're bigger. We want the better quality. Oh wow. But how do we know the creature size here? We don't. We don't know. Yeah, the problem is that at this point we don't know if it's a large or small unit. We don't know. But what we can do is that we can say this is the creature config, right? Unit size type. Unit size type. Unit size type. We can say this is a size type. Then here unit size. No, actually, let's roll this back. Unit size equals 1. And then if unit size is 1, then return this guy. Else we return 2561. So the creature config, use it here. Creature config. And then here in the creature config we can say size. Okay. Everything is good now. Okay, no issues. So what we want to add is this unit properties large. Large texture name, which is not great, but there is no other way around it. So say we have this public large texture name, which is a string. Now we provided large texture name, which is a string, unit type, large texture name is large texture name. Oh, this one is supposed to be unit type like this. Dot unit type. Heroes of crypto command gist. Let's add gist here. New unit properties. Now where we generate the new unit properties, we need to pass this. And this is large texture name. Large texture name. Let's just add it. Same here. This is the large texture name. Used before being assigned. Yeah, here it's just large texture name. Unit type, large texture name. Unit type. So we never use unit type. How come it's not failing anywhere? Unit type equals unit type. Yeah, somehow we don't use it anywhere. Okay. Now this make hero. Texture name. Here, this one is not large texture name. This is small texture name. Yeah, this is small one. So we split it. Slice and join. Come on, now it's not doing anything. Large texture name equals this console log large texture name. No, now I don't have anything. Oh, because it's not nature. Okay. So the large texture name will be this, but 512. Hero names, hero name. Now let's go back to the UI and try to render it properly. This one is called index unit stats list item. 512. So now it should be in unit properties because we just passed it. So we can say it's large texture name equals in large texture name. Now we don't need this 512 casts. Unit name we never use. $512. For the race name, same. Yeah, we'll use the same. So now the unit name is not used. We can just delete this. Okay, let's try to build. Okay, see, hero is right here. Okay, we solved this problem. Mist, sprout fever. Let's try to create 2 more heroes and see if we're changing the sprite. Let's go back to ChatGPT. It was right here. Old man, nature magician, use green field background, give him a closer look, but we should see his chest. Can you generate a square avatar? Make sure he has a magic stick. This one is slightly on the side. Again, this one is good. I don't like this, like the blur effect, but otherwise it's cool. Device is cool. Let's download this one just to use the stick for the previous hero. Oh, no. It keeps creating this blur effect. This one is pretty good, pretty good. With green stones. He has no beard. This one is nice, so let's use this one. Why is it so laggy? No, that's not what we want. This one was good. Still with the beard. Oh man. Shift, oh man. Try again. Let's go back to GIMP. What I would add is this tick, just to emphasize that it's a mage. Let's scale it to 800. Maybe no, maybe 860. 900, I think. Yeah, now try to clean everything up. Except this tick. Just see how it looks like. Like this. Let's scale it a little more. 850. Let's clean this up. Just want to make sure it looks alright first. Think we need to move it slightly here. I don't like this hand, I don't know. This hand, I don't like it. Let's try this new mount. Let's use 20. This one is slightly harder to clean up. No, it's gonna be hard. Maybe like this, this, this. Cleaning it up a little. Here. How do I rotate it? No, I don't like this green thing here. Clean it up. Yeah, now it's better. Okay, now it's more like a mage. Yeah, now like even from the distance, I know it's a mage. Okay, alright. Now we need to resave it again. Oh, no. Let's open it in a different window. Is everything clear? Yeah, oh no, here there are some pixels. Okay, right here we have some pixels that we don't want. And here it's not clean. Okay, now let's save it again. Discard. Let's open it. We have to flip it vertically because everything is rotated. And now we can scale it to 512. Now we just export it as 512 WebP. Replace it 85% of the quality. Now let's scale it again to 128. And export it with 128. Yes, yeah. Okay. Should be better now. Replace. Let's try to add another one right away. This one was great one. Okay, let's remove this, and beard. And try to add another one. This old man. No, this one is wrong. This one. So That's looking good. Size-wise. Let's duplicate him, put right here. Oh, we need to move it slight left. Okay, let's move it slight left because just I don't see the scepter. Duplicate. Yeah, now it's fully visible. Let's clean things up as usual. We basically need just this scepter and his hand. I think this hair also makes sense to add, that we don't care really. Clean it up slightly. Yeah, okay, it will look great, I think. Here we clean things up, add it back, and then there is a tool called anti-erase, and we can add some here. Maybe just here. Yeah, like this. It's pretty hard to see where the stone ends here. I would say it's somewhere here. This one we don't need. Slightly weird form. Okay, now beautiful. Here also some cleanups, and I think here we will try to make it look smoother. Some pixels here and there. Little touches here. Surprisingly, the tool clean up nicely in most places. So we want to clean this up. Now try to find where the smooth edge is. So here, and what if we cut just completely like this and like this? Or we can add this back. There are like two ways. So the beard we need 100%, right? So let's just bring it back. Cut some extra pixels right here. Now do we need to clean up around the stone area? Now here looking weird. These two. Yeah, let's try to export this guy too. Export the nature mage to pre. So this is the image. This is a small image. I think it's alright, and then the previous one was this. Now we need one more. Ideally one more. This guy is actually good. But let's try one more. It's just looking too cartoonish. Or we can just use this picture, it's nice. Let's see how it will look. This one has everything needed actually. We can just probably use it. So if we move this guy right here. Oops. We need to slightly rescale. Let's duplicate and see on top. Yeah, this is good. Now try to use 20. Oh, it's 20. Clean this up. Okay, from here we can just delete the arm. Oh no. Yeah. And here. Maybe just move it slightly. Oh, we can't move it. No, we can move it. Do we still have ability to bring it back? No. Right here. So I need to take the whole thing. Let's do this rectangle. And what if we here just cut it and then return back a little? Remove some pixels here and there. Okay, now we need some adjustments around the hair area, but just a little. No. Feather edges. Does it look good? Yeah, looking good. This area, this one. Here we can probably cut like this. Oh, no, like this. This we don't need. I would say even here. Here return back. Maybe a slide like this. Okay, that's looking good. Let's export this as the H3. Okay. Let's re-export things. That was my H2. do a couple of adjustments. Just make it a bit nicer. Overall. Here some area with pixels. Okay. I also don't like this. No. Now looking better. Exported as H2 PNG. Replace. Yes. And then the first one that we did was this guy right here. Can we do better? Now use the same tooling. Yeah, I think this one slide better. Let's save it. That's the first guy. Mage 1. Replace. Okay, now try to save them once again and try to add to the game. So move this guy here. Oh no, no, no. Delete layer. Just open it. flip vertically, scale to 512, export as 512 WP. Now scale again to 128. Export, yes. Yes. Okay, let's do the same trick with the other guys. So now this one. Flip it vertically. Scale it to 512. File, export to 512, but it image 2. Yes. Now rescale it to 128. Export it as 128. Image 2. Yes. Okay, go back. And now the third one. The third one looks like this. I think it's okay. Specifically, if you look at the smaller size, I think it looks well. Open in GIMP, flip vertically, scale image to 512, export it as 3512. Yes. Go back, scale again to 128. And then export it to 3128. Okay, good. And let's add all the images we just created. How do we call it? Mage 1, Mage 2, Mage 1. Yeah, so here we say it's Mage 2 and Mage 3. I think we can replace it with the code, but let's hard code for now. Run. Start fresh. Oh, let's see if we're able to see different heroes. Yeah, see. So now we randomly getting the portraits. All three guys are here. Yeah, I think it's looking beautiful. And I can tell it's a magician because all of them have scepters. This is really cool. I think we need to rename it though to mage male to make sure, because we will be adding females too, and it will be random. But otherwise it should work. Let me show you what I'm doing. So we're renaming everything to have this male suffix. Okay, and now here in Dropbox we also want to rename it. Say it's nature. Okay, looking bomb. It's like mage male, right? Or male mage. Mage male. Mage male. Mage male, mage male, mage male. Yeah. Magician. This small textures by name, didn't we replace it already? We don't use it, right? Anywhere. Yeah, we don't. This large as well. Large, not needed. That will move to a different source file, it's okay. For now we hard code it, but in the future we'll remove it. Once we have the same amount of textures for each hero type, we can just do similar generated the keybind code. There is no problem with that. Yeah, all heroes are here. They're all mages, but we will be adding more types. Yeah, all good. So this one is the amount, but we will be changing this for heroes with slight different color. We will show that just the hero level here. It will not be amount because heroes is always one. Oh, but now there is a problem that with the stack I can understand what's the... With stack I can see... Oh, I see. We can actually use this stack to show hero health. Yeah, that would be nice. Let's do it. Let's do a little break and then we will try to use similar bar to show the health of the hero, and we will actually show the level right here with slight different color, and then we will understand right away which team it belongs to, because right now I don't know, like this and this, they look like exactly the same. There is no team highlight. Like here I have flags, but I don't have them on the board. Only if I click I can see here and here. Fight finished. Yeah, all good. Let's try to just yarn lint fix, yarn lint and yarn build. Did we remove all the consoles? Yes. Okay, no issues with the build or linters. Let me add all this game and generated. Dynamic image. Usage for creators. More heroes. Avatars. Added. Yeah, let's take a little pause for like 45 minutes or so and actually, I think I will start the new stream. I'll end the stream for now. Thank you guys, everyone, for watching. It's likely that I will start just the new stream in an hour. I don't want to keep everyone waiting for an hour. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you in about an hour, or if not, then tomorrow morning, same time. It was at 10. PST.